Hey guys, in this video, we're gonna be breaking down the 2 states that I personally am buying rentals in currently right now, even in this bull market. But I want you to stick with me till the end because the 2 states that I'm gonna mention today may not be the 2 states that you might be thinking of. Now, if you're watching this video, you might be interested in finding ways to make 20% or even as much as 30% ROI on your money in real estate versus like the traditional 2 to 6% that is found in like the IRAs or the 401ks. So we're gonna break down how you can maximize how much money you make on rentals and what specifically should you be looking for so you can get those big returns. Now, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you know that I talk a lot about a little strategy called wholesaling because right now in this market, it gets super tough to find rentals at a decent price that can cash flow. And so we're really gonna break down how you can still do it because we're sitting in a high market. We're sitting in a market that it's starting to get scary. It's starting to be a point where can you even buy rentals? And a lot of people are having a hard time doing that, but it's because they're looking in the wrong areas. So let's break that down in this video so that you have the confidence to know that yes, you can buy rentals in this market, but more importantly, how to do it. All right, now there's questions to be asking yourself when you are looking for rentals. And the first one that I really want to go over and touch on is what states are people moving to? If you look at this map that's shown here, you'll see that there's, for example, a ton of people moving to Vermont. You'll see that there's a ton of people moving to Idaho. But there's something more than just that in-migration that you want to track. Because if you looked at that, this could be deceiving. Me personally, I'm not going to be buying any homes in Vermont for rentals. And right now, I'm also probably not going to buy many rentals in Boise, Idaho, or any of the cities in Idaho. I'm not just looking at in-migration where people are moving because that can be deceiving. Right now, you have a lot of people, if you look at that map, of individuals moving out of the state of California. So you'll see that light color. That means people are moving out. Now, those individuals, because they live in a state that have homes with big spreads, meaning a lot of equity, they're able to move into the neighboring states and do so with cash. And so I'm not looking for specific states where people like California residents are moving out of and moving into. I'm not looking for those states. And right now, Idaho happens to be one of those states where people are moving from California. They're coming over to Idaho, but they're paying cash for these homes. This isn't the biggest sign of having a big rental market. Question number 2 is, am I just looking at just that inbound migration? No, I've also got to be looking at some of the things that the state can provide. And most people are moving either because, yes, it's more affordable and they can pay cash, like that scenario we said, or they're moving into a state because of the stability of the economy, the stability of the market. And so you'll see people move into, for example, I'm in the state of Utah. We're seeing a huge inbound migration, meaning people moving from outside of the state into the state, and they're moving here because there's a lot of stable jobs. In fact, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of big corporate America jobs like Goldman Sachs, Adobe, you're gonna have a headquarters here in the future for Amazon. There's a lot of government security jobs. There's now, instead of Silicon Valley in California, we now have what's called Silicon Slopes, where a lot of tech companies are moving in. And because of that, there's a lot of this in-migration that's coming not to pay cash for homes, but they're coming because the jobs here are so stable and there's so many different classes of jobs that people can pick from when they move to the state of Utah. Now let's take that same example when it comes to Utah. You've got all these people moving in, right? You got this inbound migration that's through the roof. So migration's super high, but on the opposite side, there's no inventory. Inventory's super low. There's less than 2,000 homes on the market in the whole state of Utah right now as we speak and filming this in the whole state of Utah. That's just not enough. So although there's more than 2,000 people moving to the state of Utah, there's not enough supply. There's not enough supply to fill that demand that is needed. So these individuals that are moving into the state, not only are they coming here to find a job, they're gonna have to rent a home because there's simply not enough inventory on our market right now to help them purchase a home. So this is a great sign for individuals like us. When I'm looking at the economy, like, where should I invest my money? Where should I buy rentals? I want to make sure that with that inbound migration, that also that there's a low supply of homes. This is what allows people to say, hey, not only am I moving to your state, but I'm also going to be renting properties while I'm in your state. Question number 3, and that is, what states show good sign of appreciation? Now, what's appreciation? Let's say you buy a home today, and then a year later, you buy it at $50,000, let's say, and then a year later, the home's worth $57,000. Your home has appreciated $7,000. So when I'm looking for a market on where to invest rentals, where I want to purchase rentals in, I'm looking for states that have this appreciation going on as well. Let me make an example to help you see this out. So a lot of people right now, there's big talk, big hype. In fact, if you look at different blogs, if you look at talk going around the whole nation where people are buying rentals, there's this big hype right now, big push for cities and states in the Midwest. For example, Indiana. Indiana, everyone's like, let's go get rentals there. And they're talking about the introduction price. You can buy a home for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. But the problem is these homes, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years later are almost the same value is what you purchased them for when you initially bought them 5 years prior. It's not a state that has really high appreciation. It's kind of just a flat line market. Now, how can this hurt your rentals? I'm going to talk about that right now. Let's say you buy a home for $50,000 in Indiana. You're out there, you're like, man, this is great. This is gonna be fantastic. I'm able to buy this home. In fact, many of you might be looking at that and you're like, man, I might have some money, enough money to gather together to just pay for this free and clear and not even have a mortgage. So let's say you have that scenario. Let's say you're able to buy a home that's worth $50,000, free and clear, there's no mortgage. This will help break down this example even better. So from there, let's say rents on average for that home, they're right around $500, $600 max, okay? Let's go off the number for 500 for easy numbers. So after 12 months of rent, okay, someone's paying you $500 a month. At the end of the 12 months, you have $6,000 return on that $50,000 investment. Now, because it's really a stable market when it comes to appreciation, meaning there's not any real big decreases or any big increases, appreciation, it just kind of just stays there. The home just continues to stay worth about $50,000. Now here's the problem. If you have a tenant in place and at the end of their 12th month lease, they're sitting there at the 12 months and they're like, man, I don't want to live here anymore. And then you have to go back in and you have to see kind of the damage that's going on. Remember, you only made about $6,000 in the whole entire year through carpet and paint that most likely will have to be replaced from most of these tenants, or any kind of repairs to like roofs or any kind of maintenance like the furnace goes out or the AC goes out. That $6,000 doesn't go very far. In fact, you can spend it super quick, leaving your investment in rentals making break even or worse, a negative investment. So for me, I'm gonna stay out of states like Indiana because I don't just wanna break even. If I'm gonna be buying a rental, I want something that's gonna cash flow and that I can keep at the end of the year. And more importantly, I want a home that's gonna increase in value. Hey guys, before I move on to what states I am actually investing in right now and buying rentals in, what I want you to do at this time is just simply hit that subscribe button down below and also hit the bell so it alerts you when I put out fresh new content. But let's get back to closing a lot of rentals. Question number 3. Where and how am I going to find these rentals? Let's break that down so that you can have confidence in moving forward and purchasing either your first or your next rental. In this crazy market that we're in, right? This bull market that everyone's seeing and everyone's witnessing, it's gonna be really hard at this time to be finding deals on market. Now, what do I mean by on market? On market's like the MLS. Realtors have access to the MLS. They go meet with a homeowner, they list it, and it goes out on what's called the MLS. Right now, you're not gonna be finding deals on the MLS. That is now putting it out to the whole entire public, everyone, to see this offering, to see this home. And right now you're seeing these homes bid up even past what their listing price is. So right now is not a good time to be finding homes on market. What you're gonna have to do is find homes off market, meaning you're gonna have to find a way to work directly with the homeowner before they meet with the realtors and want to list these properties on the MLS. Now guys, again, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you know that I talk a lot about this wholesaling. Wholesaling is simply the art of finding those deeply discounted properties that are off market so that you can still find rentals even in today's market. For example, guys, I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a market that's booming. It's really, really soaring. The prices have gone higher than actually before that crash of '08 when homes were at their peak. We're already surpassing those numbers right now. And in this market, I'm still able to find off-market properties that are great cash flowing rentals, and more importantly, in a state that has excellent appreciation. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I do that. I'm able to come across 10 to 12 deals every single month on average where I'm working directly with these homeowners, right? Again, talking about this wholesaling. So we get our marketing message out to individuals where we wanna buy their home cash. And some people, they're looking at it like, yeah, that's the option I'm looking for. Is it a fit for everyone? And are you gonna be able to find every home in the state of Utah at a discount or off market? No, you're looking for specific people where you can be a solution to many of the maybe challenges they're going through at the moment, or maybe their home's in a very distressed condition or a distressed situation. Maybe they don't have a roof on it. Maybe they have broken windows. Maybe they have the yard that's just crazy overgrown and you can't see anything in it. All these different scenarios add up for ways that on how I'm able to find 10 to 12 properties every single month by working directly with the homeowner, off-market deals, and be able to not on all these keep them as rentals, because not all of them are going to be a fit. So as you find these deals, you're not looking at them like, oh man, I pick up 10 to 12 rentals a month. I wish that was the case. That's not the case. But what I'm able to do is fix and flip some of them, put them back on the market. Some of them I'm able to simply just wholesale them off or assign them to another cash buyer for a fee, and then they go and fix and flip it. But then there's these rare few every single month that I can simply cherry pick out of the pipeline and keep them for long-term buy and holds or as a rental. So the last question, guys, I ask you, is now a good time to be investing in real estate, to be able to buy rentals? And to that I say yes. The two markets that I'm actually currently buying rentals in are Salt Lake City, Utah, and just in the area of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. These are areas that have amazing rents as well as incredible appreciation. Now, a rule of thumb is you have to look at what you're buying it for. So keep this in mind as a simple pro tip for you right now. And that is keep it around that 1% rule, meaning whatever you're all in for. Let's say you're all in to buy the home and maybe little repairs that you have to do to get it rent ready to put your tenant in place. Let's say you're into about $150,000. What you want to make sure is that with that $150,000 purchase price, that you're able to get at least 1% of that price in rents. So if I'm all in at $150,000, then you want rents to be around $1,500 a month or greater. If you can get those numbers, it is a screaming deal, and that is one that you'll want to buy, keep as a long-term buy and hold, and keep it as a rental. All right, guys, now as a free gift for being a subscriber to my channel, I want to give you access to my Bad Properties Big Profits. And this is a guide that shows you step by step how to find those distressed properties that are off market so that you can start to grow your portfolio and get a deal in as little as 30 days. So I simply want you to just click on that link in the description and you'll get access to that guide today.